welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a celebrity psychic reading on Selena Gomez. This has been requested by a lot of viewers out there, and I feel connected to Selena and just wanted to do the psychic reading. So I'll be focusing on what I see for the remainder of 2018 going forward, as far out as I can see. But when I tune into Selena Gomez, I think the main pressing question is, what does she feel about Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin and their relationship right now, their engagement? Because Selena spent so many years, with Justin, and many perceived him to be her soulmate, but in reality, I feel like he was just her twin flame. So when I get into Selena Gomez's soul right now, what I feel is like, I don't feel that she's a bitter person. I don't feel like she she doesn't come across as someone being bitter, like a bitter ex or someone who just wishes Justin bad. She has a good soul, and I feel like, she with her health scare that she had back, a couple of years ago, she has now taken on a new perspective on life, and she realizes how short our time here on earth is, and so she now is more fixated about enjoying and living in the moment, having fun with her friends, and really finding her true soulmate out there, which I really do see that she is going to find that person. Like I said, I don't feel like she has bad vibes towards them. She wishes them well. She ultimately wants to see Justin happy. I feel like they are, at some point, like good friends, even though she may not want to, they don't chat every day or anything like that. I feel like deep down she still has feelings for him, maybe not on a romantic level, but maybe more as a friend. And so I get that she definitely is someone who, is just sending good vibes towards them and just wants to see them happy. But I do feel like Hailey does have some reservations when it comes to her. So I feel like those two don't see eye to eye in particular. I feel like there is Hailey does feel kind of threatened at certain times, because I still feel like a part of Justin still has feelings towards Selena in many ways as well. And that's how it's coming through from spirit. So I really feel like, Justin hasn't really gotten over her. I feel like he was a little bit more, the word you could use, bitter towards the separation. But ultimately, Selena did this for her own good, and following advice. I feel like her time with him caused a lot of health problems too. It was a lot of stress, and she spent several times, several days and nights crying, in her own solitude when it came to all of this relationship. It really played a number on her at the soul level, and also mentally and emotionally and spiritually. But she has overcome a lot of this, and mainly from support from her own family, her friends, her confidants. But I see her in a good place right now. When I tune into her soul, I feel like everything is coming full circle for her in her career, her music. She's more driven now more than ever, and so there's a lot of positive energy that surrounds Selena Gomez. So over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to start seeing her, doing more acting as well, more music. But I do definitely see her going back into the acting realm, whether this is a TV show, or it's a movie role. But she is definitely, there is something in the works for that. And I do feel like, she is also has more of a positive outlook where her health is concerned. Now, where her health is concerned, I feel like, she has it under the control. There would be some medications that she would probably need to be on for the remainder of her life. I feel like, she is pretty healthy and likes to use more of a holistic approach. But with her sickness that she had with, I believe it was lupus, what they diagnosed her with, and then she had the kidney thing. I feel like it opened up her spirituality more. She became more spiritually awakened. And so now she, like I said, she doesn't take things for granted, and she's able to kind of use her level of discernment to know what is right and what is not good for her in her life in general, and kind of deviate away from people who would try to, hurt her or kind of get her, in a bad position in her life. Where her health is concerned, I feel like there's still some lingering issues that she's going to always experience. This would be with sensitivity to like her nerves, and one thing that ultimately she should be watching for, and I know that the people will be tuning into this and saying, well, she's real thin and healthy, but would be diabetes. I don't know if this runs in her family, but blood sugar is something that it could either spike or go low. This is definitely something that she should watch. And again, I cannot diagnose anyone. I'm not a doctor. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just delivering messages from spirit as I am receiving them. But this would be definitely something that she needs to watch for. I also feel like with her condition, it would make it a lot difficult to conceive. So if she was to have a baby, which I do see in the future, I am getting from spirit that she would have at least one child in her life. You know, that pregnancy could be very complicated for her, and it would be a high risk. But definitely, I do feel like within the next 3 to 4 years or so, she may end up falling pregnant. And this is going to be a new turning point for her and a blessing. At first, she may not necessarily feel like it you know, it's something very, it can be kind of scary for her, because I feel like, you know, her career is everything. But I also feel like her coming into motherhood is going to be something that really is that she's thinking about now, and that she's been thinking about for quite some time, and starting a family. And so with it, it's going to be something that's life altering, but in a positive way for her, and propel her further into her womanhood and her next chapter of her life. I do see that there would be a potential male right now that is maybe interested in her. He has dark hair, he is light skinned, I would say he's Caucasian, but I do feel like this person is battling some things himself. I don't feel like this is substances, but mainly more mental and emotional issues. So he could have a lot of mental anguish, and I feel like he came out of a relationship that is not good for him. And so I feel like he's interested in her, but at the same time, he's working really hard on establishing his career. I don't feel like his career is, maybe he's a budding actor or a budding musician, but I don't feel like he has his career fully established yet like Selena does. But I feel like she has an interest in this person, and through him, I mean, you know, through her, he would find healing, you know, and also there's a mutual exchange of, you know, similarities that they both have, an interest. I do feel like this male is, though, moving away in the near future. So there is a move suggested that could actually bring these two together, and spending more time. So I feel like he's distant. He may not live in the same state as she does. For some reason, I feel like he is East Coast, or east of her. That's kind of like what I'm getting, East Coast. But I do feel like, you know, he is definitely interested in Selena Gomez, and there is a potential for her to step out into the spotlight, and we learn more about her relationships, you know, of who she's going to be with. But this guy has ties to the East Coast for some reason. So if he didn't grow up there, there's something that, you know, where he would be having some kind of connection east. And that's what I'm getting strongly. But I do get, ultimately, you know, she is going to be falling pregnant, and it would be a shock, but not so much to her fans, because I think her fans will support her. But I feel like, you know, to the world, they still see her as, you know, a Disney princess, or, you know, this young girl, you know, because she looks very young for her age. And I just feel like, you know, it's going to be something that's really good for her in general, you know, to experience this. So I do see that, and I also feel like, you know, she is now, there could be something that's going on in her career later on within the next 2 years, where she may be feeling like, for, you know, a piece or a brief moment, like someone has the upper hand, and this seems like it's a male energy that is causing this, and it could be like a setback for her career, maybe something that she wanted to do and the plans fell through. But basically, she's being rerouted by the universe. So anytime, you know, this applies to anybody out there listening, if you're going through something where you really had your heart and mind set on something professionally, or a job that you applied for and you really wanted it, but for some reason you didn't go through, it fell through, just know that this is not the universe punishing you, but it's actually rerouting you for a better opportunity. And I feel like this is going to be something in her career that she does experience, but overall it's good. I also feel like she is, she is going to enter a period where people are going to judge her, especially when she gets into a relationship. Any of the Justin stans, or people who are fans of Justin Bieber, may not support Selena Gomez with whoever she decides to get in a relationship with, and there's going to be drama around that. A lot of tabloid press, paparazzi, and stories, of that nature that basically are going to be published, talking maybe negative about her or about her situation. But ultimately, she is human. She deserves to have her soulmate and to be loved. And I feel like, this is what she's going into. I don't feel like she will get married, but it's very possible. I just get more in the 30s is when she would get married, actually married. This would be her young, early 30s maybe. But like I said, timelines, they can be accelerated due to our free will or pushed back forward. But I'm getting like of age 31, 32, she would be more so married more than likely in that kind of time frame. But I definitely do see that her being happy and having at least one child, and ultimately having the whole package, the family. I don't feel like she's going to step away necessarily from her career, but she will take some time to kind of live life, travel, and just be with her family once she does take that step. And like I said, that's not too far out in the future, but it will, be some kind of shock to some people. But I feel like, for the most part, she is really coming into her own self and more liberated. She has more clarity now that she's away from the drama that she used to be when she was with Justin and in that whole situation. And like I said, I don't feel like Justin necessarily brought drama, but the people that he was around with and the people and some of the choices that he did make brought drama to their relationship. And she just wants to see him happy, and she wants to move on, and that's what she's doing. I feel like she has moved on, and she's really in a good place. So just sending Selena a lot of positive vibes and prayers, and just to know that if she happens to listen to this, that this is what I'm seeing, and I feel like she's in a very good spot. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and if you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day.